This is the fifth and final match of League 17. Hoping to, well, just hoping to not have a sad evening. Hoping for some sort of good comeback here. But I don't think our hands are really cooperating. This'll do stuff, so I guess I keep it. Opponent mulliganed once, which doesn't usually mean too much. Let's see. So we'll turn 1 Drum, turn 2 Ravager and Scourge, and then go from there, I guess. It's not the greatest of hands. It's not the worst. So, thoughts so far. Granted, might be a little results biased, but I'm not liking the way that this version of the deck has felt. Especially in that one matchup. Granted, the matchup where I was strapped for red. We got there anyway. And it was my fault because I played Spire first, which is now a lesson. I think I will always start leading on Citadel so they don't see the Spire as my only source of colored mana. I think I had already known that, but I was a little out of sorts. I was probably too focused on trying to disguise how fragile my hand was to Stony Silence, and instead should have been focusing on how fragile my mana base was. Anyway, little results bias, but I'm not liking how the deck is feeling. Path for a blue source is just not that great. Spell Pierce, it worked once, maybe twice. It did work twice. But hopefully we haven't been waiting too long. But really, the feel of this deck compared to the other one, even though the changes are slight, I just think I like the other version better. It's a little more aggressive. I like that this one has the potential to last a little longer in the long game, but I don't like that it's down the Galvanic Blast. And I don't like that for having so many red sideboard cards, it doesn't have a main deck mountain. Apparently, the opponent is thinking long and hard about my Springleaf Realm that they can do nothing about. So that's fun. So those are my thoughts. I was going to do a review at the end of this match, but I think it's early enough. I will admit that it is difficult to have a good perspective of how the deck feels from only one league. But considering that this league was a bad start, I think we can be cut some slack there in making a preemptive judgment. I have to wonder if the opponent is playing 2 games at once, since they are taking so long to do nothing. It's glitching. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we will sit here and wait. This makes me wish that I had... Ooh, where's his mine? Okay, this hand does not do well against Tron of any variety. But we'll get out there as much as we can. So if I play Ravager, I can play Drum and then Scourge. So I can dump out a good portion of my hand. It leaves me open, but don't know how much they're gonna do. I would much prefer this to be an Ink Moth, because then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be a 2-turn clock if I go all in on it. As it is, I don't have much unless I sacrifice, and then I'm still fighting against 20 life instead of 10 poison. Yeah, now they go get turn 3 Tron. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's 2 mines, isn't it? A mine and a mine. Well, they still... I guess they could get turn 4 Tron, which is still pretty bad against us, against this hand. If we can get a plating, this is much better. So they have power plant in hand. Oog, another Scourge. Well, how vital is it to play this Ravager? Well, at the very least, I can do this. And then I could either activate the Nexus for an extra damage this turn, or... let's see, they're probably not doing anything crazy mana-wise. So it's probably better to get more out there, which means Nexus is not... but I can still leave it up in case I need to do some Ravager shenanigans. I don't think it's worth... well, I could sacrifice the Ornithopter. I think that's worth it. And 1 Drum? I only really need 3 mana in this deck. Yeah. Get in for that extra damage now, while I still can. It's really good that they don't have turn 3 Tron. But they'll probably be quick to get there. I guess the question is what type of Tron this is. I think with Chromatic Sphere, it's probably regular Tron. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to have Tron next turn. Could really use a plating right now. I wonder what it is about their client that's glitching. I don't think I've ever really had Moto glitch in a consistent manner. I guess I have heard if they fetch Sanctum, that means they probably have Tower in hand. Or they misclicked. Plating's good. I guess I would have wished that I did have that extra mana now, but... yeah, we'll just do this. Tapping down Ravager. 11. Oh, if I sacrifice, I get an extra 1 damage in, so just 12. So that's not worth it. I probably should have considered leaving a mana up to activate Nexus, since I couldn't kill him anyway. This now exposes a board wipe to just murderate me. Yeah, because now they have 3, 5, 7, 9. Right? Yeah. Which means they cannot play and activate? No, they cannot. Okay, that's good. So they're gonna instead dig for something. Okay. I'm liking how this looks so far. Red. Okay, cool. Alright, well that's good. Let's see here. We take up the champs. Hazard seems good. What does this... What did this person do? Ancient Grudge, Hazard, and Welding Jar. Seem pretty keen on that Welding Jar. And the Ancient Grudges. Why not Moon? Not sure. And they took out only 2 Etched Champions. Why only 2? I'm gonna take out 3. That seems like a bad idea. And 1 Overseer. I'm gonna keep these bad boys. So we'll run it like that. See, this is one I'd be tempted with Blood Moon, but I've heard arguments on both sides where like Moon's good, Moon's bad. Moon's good because it shuts them off the immediate Tron, but if you don't get it right away, it's bad because they're going to eventually get enough mana anyway, and then you used that 3 mana slot on an almost do nothing card. I'm pretty sure in my regular list I typically side in Blood Moon anyway, because it can shut them off, and shutting them off is good. I also kind of want Thoughtseize. I'll put that in over a blast. We have some colored mana. We have some digging. I think this is keepable. My question is, do I... No, I can't. So turn 1, we Citadel, Pest, and Memnite. Turn 2, we can Glint Nest. Oh boy. So here's to betting they have the turn 3 Tron here. Ooh, Pithing Needle right away. Fancy. What are they gonna name with Pithing Needle? Probably Plating? Yep. Alright. Well, if we draw Plating, I can hope to draw a Grudge and just annihilate that. But it looks like we're okay on that front. So let's get Nexus, Pest, and Midnight. Next turn we can debate between Glutinous Crane and Ravager. Ravager represents a little more... Well, he inherently represents the same amount of damage, actually. Ooh, Master of Ethereum. That's a good one. We can land that turn 3. They missed a land drop. That's kind of important. Yeah, so let's Spire. We'll hope for like an Opal or something to buff up Master. I suppose Drum will do. Grudge and Thoughtseize on the bottom though. That's no bueno. So I guess in 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be a 4/4. So Dismember will still kill it. Opponent might have been ambitious in keeping that. Ah, okay. Now they Stirrings. That should get them a land. That should get them the land they want. They still did miss a land drop though, and that might be kind of crucial. So we can both Drum and Master next turn. Probably tapping Glint Nest Crane. Yeah, there's Tower. It's probably still worth playing the Master. I don't see how it wouldn't be. What would I love off the top of my deck right now? Opal. Opal would be perfect. Yeah, and that'll let them get the other piece. But not until next turn, so they might be... Granted, I'm not getting that fast out of the gates, so... There is that. But Master should help. And in theory, they won't have Tron until next turn, so I think it's safe to go in on the Master. Because if instead I go in on Pest... So say I play Pest this turn. And then I'm activating Nexus and getting it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas I'd be getting in for 1, 2, 3, 4. But then even more next turn. Yeah, that's worth it. And I can even potentially Thoughtcast next turn to get more artifacts, maybe some freebies. Because now, unless they have mine in hand, they have to crack map to get it. And that will leave them open. Not guaranteed dead, but open to dead. They have not snap played their land, so they're either continuing to glitch or they don't have mine in hand. Looks like the former. No, sorry, the latter. So this should open them up. 1, 4, 5, 6. I have 13 damage on board. No, sorry, 12. 12 damage on board. 12, no. 13, 14. I have 15 damage on board. On board. Because we have Signal Pest. Plus 3 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus 6 is 12. Then if I activate Nexus, that's 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 12, 13, 14, 15. I forgot to account for them having the ability to play mine. Okay. So let's start by drawing some cards. If anything, they probably dismember Pest. But that's going to cost him 4 life. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be Dismember. It'd be, what is it, Spatial Contortion? Ooh, another Master. And a Jar. Seems pretty good. So we play that. Master... Ooh, interesting. So I can either play Ravager... Ravager or both. That fights against Master. I could play Pest and Master. Is it a why not kind of thing at that point? Yeah. Got there. Alright, well, we didn't get our points back. We didn't get a chest, but we were able to sneak a 2-3. Bit disappointing. I'll probably throw this into a rotation, but I'm pretty sure the next time I play it's just going to be the regular list again. I think the other list is a little more solid. This one's a little bit dependent on... I don't know. I like the idea of having this larger deck reach, but I wasn't overly impressed. I would have preferred having another Blast. And having a mountain instead of an island, I think, is still good. Granted, that depends on the matchup, and that could have been... if I'd played my lands in a different order, it wouldn't have mattered, so... I'll probably give this another try at another point. I did buy a couple of the cards for it, so I might as well get use out of them. But for now, not overly impressed, not switching to it. I do like the idea of being able to smash face with Hazoret, but haven't seen her tonight, so... without further ado, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.